Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Challenger Miracle Field's Celebration of Heroes. I'm Mark Ruba from News 8 WROC, coming to you from the Challenger Miracle Field of Greater Rochester, located at Ridge Park in Webster. Imagine a place where we focus on what makes us alike and not what makes us different. A place where joy and laughter fill the air, where kids of all abilities play together, and where everyone belongs. That is this place right here, the Challenger Miracle Field. Tonight we come together to support Challenger Miracle Field, which is here supporting people with developmental, physical, or intellectual disabilities. It's a barrier-free, safe, accessible place to experience the health benefits and joy of play through baseball, other team sports, and adaptive recreational equipment. They serve more than 1,300 children and adults with physical, intellectual, or developmental disabilities through participation in Challenger team sports and recreational programs at the Miracle Field and through the barrier-free Karpus Family Playground. Our goal tonight is to raise money for Challenger Miracle Field so they can continue to serve kids and families here every day. We'll have several ways for you to donate through the evening. They are listed at the bottom of the screen. We invite you to listen to the program and then encourage you to take the next step to show your support and donate tonight. The phones will be open until 8. We have an incredible program. You will hear some truly inspiring stories from Challenger players and their families. What started as a simple idea, giving youngsters and adults with disabilities the opportunity to play America's favorite pastime together, has come to life through this beautiful facility, but more importantly, through the families and kids who inspire us and teach us some of life's most valuable lessons here. They are our true heroes.
B is for Bumblebee.
B is for Bumblebee, but not in this puzzle.
Jack started when Miracle Field started, and he loves it. He loves it.
What comes next?
Curtis, my husband. We have CJ, who's 18, and we have Jack, who is 17, going on 5, developmentally. He has autism and severe ADHD. Love him to bits, wouldn't change him.
Hip hip! Hooray!
When Jack was born, we knew there was something wrong. I felt there was something wrong.
Come on, Jack, right here.
It's tough finding places in the community where he can be himself. So when Miracle Field came along and it was an arena where he could be himself and be celebrated for who he is, the expectations aren't terribly high, which suits him fine, and he just likes being part of a team like any other regular kid would be. And he's provided that opportunity at Miracle Field. Jack doesn't really have a lot of friends. He has people that he goes to school with and people that he's known growing up, but because of his condition, he doesn't really have friends and make those connections. But when you go to Miracle Field, he sees people that he goes to school with. So outside of the school setting, he's coming together with his peers, and the families need it. You know, we all need our kids to feel like they belong and that they're part of something. And going there, it's just the joy it brings. It's like a little community. We just all get along and we all cheer each other on, and we are able to moan to each other while the kids are playing. And it's, you know, we have a rapport and a friendship that's built up through the kids playing. There's a lot of people that are very lost. You know, having a child with a disability can be very isolating, and to have somewhere to go where these kids are accepted and not judged is huge. It needs to grow, the word needs to get out, absolutely. And we've raised money as a family for them. We've done a golf tournament, and I've done 2 art events. Yeah, it's just our way of giving back as a thank you for the places being available.
Hi.
There's a feeling that you get that's so satisfying and so refreshing in today's society, that people just give and they encourage and they cheer and they want the kids to do well and they want the kids to be happy, and that, it's priceless. I encourage everybody to come and see what goes on at Miracle Field, because it truly will put your own life into perspective. It will give you a joy to be part of this community and part of Miracle Field. And you know, people that I've said, oh, come along, they're just blown away by, you know, you can moan about things and then you can go to Miracle Field and you can see people who have got things to moan about but don't moan about it. They're just getting on with life and they're enjoying it to the full, and it's just an absolute joy.
Yeah, you are a superstar. Mummy loves you. Yeah, she does. Good. Good.
What an inspiring family. You can support families like the Clements by donating tonight. Call 585-633-7007 to make your gift now. Our volunteers are on the lines waiting for your call. Or you can send a check made out to the Challenger Miracle Field and mail it to P.O. Box 826, Webster, New York, 14580. You can also visit rochestermiraclefield.org to make your donation. In a few moments, you're going to hear from another very special family. But first, we have some very important people to thank, because without their support, frankly, tonight wouldn't be possible. A big thank you to Wegmans. They have been invested in our mission from day one, and we are so grateful for their support. We're also grateful for the partnership of Camp Smile. Let's hear from them now.
Camp Smile, in its purest sense, is a camp for blind and visually impaired children. Was founded and initiated by the Webster Lions Club. I look at Miracle Field and Camp Smile as being an intersection of creative niche programming for a special community. We have similar missions. We absolutely have shared values. You don't know how great it is until you see their world change because of it. It's powerful.
We are back here at Challenger Miracle Field, a nonprofit which provides people with developmental, physical, or intellectual disabilities a barrier-free, safe, accessible place to experience the health benefits and joy of play through baseball, other team sports, and adaptive recreational equipment. Next, I'd like to introduce you to the Milliman family.
Lily came into our family 11 years ago now. Initially, she was just a premature baby, and then over the course of that first year, we had a diagnosis of cerebral palsy and diagnosis of epilepsy. So she struggles to walk and struggles to run with other kids. And because of those struggles, like for the first 3 years at school, she couldn't play on the playground equipment. And even learning like what we think she can do and then what that actually looks like in reality are sometimes two different things. Miracle Field and just Challenger in general gives everybody a chance to see like, oh, they can do these things. It doesn't have to be something separate. It doesn't have to be that, or that they can't, you know, or that they're always the kids on the sidelines.
Very rarely do we go places where you can just let your kid go. You know, we're always there to assist. And at Challenger Field, we don't need to assist. She's able to, you know, to do that on her own.
She can get there. Everything is smooth. Everything is, there's no bumps. There's no uneven ground.
She can transition from the dugout to the field, to the bathrooms, to the concession stand, the picnic area, you know, or even all the way going up to the playground.
So I think we try to integrate Lily as much as possible, and at the same time I think that there's benefit and wisdom in just having some time where you're not different, or your differences are just like other people have those differences too. And just because you can't walk the same and you can't run the same or you can't throw the same, you still get to participate.
Our family has certainly made contributions over time. We may not be able to contribute financially as much as other people and programs can and businesses can, but we would be happy and want to contribute.
Or you can just make one.
Probably the biggest time contribution that we made was when the concession stand was being built. I worked to install all the cabinets and the shelving and help with getting the concession stand essentially built.
You know, Lily went with you
Lily
sometimes
came and helping the cabinets.
I liked helping build it because it was built because it was part of this community and part of me. it makes me want to do more things like that in the future because I love helping kids.
What do you say?
Play.
Lay on. It's a monumental task to get a program and a facility like this built. And that's what everyone likes to hang their hat on is, look, we got this place built, we got this place, it's awesome, it's very inclusive, you know, and can we replicate this in other places?
I touched it.
But the piece that always kind of gets lost in the mix is the maintenance and the upkeep. How do we take care of it long term so that generations are able to keep using that facility?
Pull up. Good. You did it. You did it.
Hard work.
Hard work.
We are beyond thankful that she has someplace that she loves to go and loves to be, and she's just comfortable and excited to show up at every weekend.
You are about to meet Ron Kampf, co-founder of the Challenger Miracle Field. Ron has a heart of gold, spending more than 20 years volunteering for Little League and Challenger sports. Ron's love of baseball inspired him to bring Challenger baseball to Webster back in 2001. Through a lot of hard work, thousands of hours donated by countless volunteers, more than $3 million was raised to build this incredible facility. Challenger Baseball is Little League's adaptive baseball program for individuals with physical and intellectual challenges. Today, there are more than 400 athletes playing Challenger Baseball throughout the greater Rochester region. Let's hear from Ron now.
The baseball field is not just a baseball field. It's we made it bigger and half a football field long and 70 feet wide, so they play soccer, flag football, and whatever else you can do on there. The playground is open to everybody. It is an inclusive play with possibilities playground, and our tagline is no boundaries, only possibilities. It's way more than sports, but sports is an avenue. Sports helps them get through life, everyday circumstances that might arise. I've seen some of them, they'll hit a home run or hit it over the fence. All their worries are gone. They're just like ecstatic. And it's cool because it just builds on self-esteem.
Hey Ryan, is the kickball for us? Or?
Yeah. I'm gonna go get the kickball after I clean all this up, okay, buddy?
We always want to make improvements to the field, to the complex, to the playground, maintenance, and most of all, programming. We want to increase programming. What we really want to do is offset or subsidize some of the costs for some of these families that are struggling financially. And by your donating to this cause, it will help all the kids that might not have the resources to participate in the different sports and activities at Miracle Field. In a perfect world, we want this used all the time. When with use comes wear and tear, and we can always use the resources.
One of the major complaints for people with disabilities is loneliness, so we alleviate the loneliness, even if it's for an hour or two at the field, a couple days a week. The smiles, I mean, it just makes it all worth it. We're all on this earth for a very short time. Some of us think we're lucky by the jobs we have, the money we make, or where we live, or the car we drive, but when it comes down to it, that's all going to be gone. But when you reach that moment in life, you can look back and say, I changed this life and that life, and I hope I left the earth a better place.
If you'd like to support the incredible work of Challenger Miracle Field, you can do so by calling 585-633-7007 to make your gift now. Our volunteers are on the lines ready for your call. Or you can send a check made out to Challenger Miracle Field and mail it to P.O. Box 826, Webster, New York 14580. You can also visit rochestermiraclefield.org to make your donation. Without the support of the Karpus Family Foundation, our barrier-free playground would not have been possible. We also have some special supporters to thank. I know you'll be moved by our next story tonight. Meet Kiki Smith.
Miracle Field is for everybody. One of the goals of our programming committee is to create awareness and imagination about ways that people can use that space.
You left me at the plate.
I was very interested in finding ways to participate in building Miracle Field. It was a space that not only could our blind baseball team use, but I really embraced the idea of getting kids off the couch and into action with their peers and integrating them with kids that are typically developing. People just want to be together and to do things that are healthy, not only for our bodies, but for our minds and spirit. And that includes the families of our players.
Can you see by the dawn's early light?
Recently, one of Ron's late night brainchildren was to host Heroes Day at Miracle Field, where we invited first responders from the area to come and play with and against the Challenger players. And it was just a fantastic day. There was so much joy and so much energy there. And it was just another way to create community and connection and use a pretty incredible space. I think that it's been very surprising to the community, and it's been necessary to have that physical space for them to realize historically how people with challenges have not been present. We've been invisible. And you think, geez, I never realized that kids with disabilities weren't playing alongside my kids. I never thought that somebody with a disability would want to play baseball. If we can help them find a way to connect with a baseball, we can help them find a way to really be contributors in leadership in society. Everybody can identify with the struggles of an individual who has a disability. And it also allows us to recognize and be grateful for all of the blessings in each of our lives. So if I have the ability to do this, the least I can do is contribute that.
Yay.
Right now, we're in a place where people want to give, especially after the pandemic. We want to be community, we want to volunteer, we want to contribute, and we want to be part of making life happy and healthy for everybody. For much of my life, I tried not to be disabled. And Ron and his energy taught me how to embrace that and rely on it and grow it. And I want to continue to do that for people who have other disabilities as well.
Do you want to get another haircut?
Once we can find a way to be proud of the ways that we've overcome challenges and learn from each other, it's just an incredible feeling. It's shameful to me that I was in denial for so long, and it's a miracle, truly, that it happened. And it was all largely because of a man who has the heart of gold and an incredible imagination, and his love for the game of baseball. There is a pride and ownership of that space that really roots joy in their lives. And being able to feel like they're inviting the community into it makes them feel good.
As a reminder, you can make a gift now to support the incredible work of Challenger Miracle Field by calling 585-633-7007. We have all the ways you can give listed on the screen. We have two more inspiring stories for you tonight. Here are the two Manellis and the Jensicks.
Poblano Pepper. 14 years ago, my wife and I had our first son, Landon. Lo and behold, had no idea he had Down syndrome whatsoever. From the minute we found out, we became engaged in the community, found out ways to help him through his journey, through our journey, through life. And one of the things we did find along the way was an opportunity to build this Miracle Field. And lo and behold, here we are 6-7 years later with the Miracle Field. We had a good relationship with the town, and there were some negotiations done, and the town was willing to allow us to build it on a piece of the town property. I think that was a real key component. It just made it a lot easier. It removed some of the hurdles if we were to go scouting out the whole county and trying to place to put this. So, you know, having the field in Webster really was just a collaboration of not only the people that helped build it on the board, but we really have to, big thanks to the town of Webster, the town supervisors that were in at the time we built that field, and all of the people that supported us in the town government of Webster that said, yeah, this is such an amazing space. We built this huge pavilion picnic space on the other side. And that's actually turned into more than just a Miracle Field. I mean, we have camp programs that use it. We have multifunctional, cross-functional people in the community that use it. So that really turned into kind of a multi-use space. And then tying in the playground to it with the adaptive playground, no barriers, you know, the Karpus Family Playground. Think about a playground that's as awesome as that. And it doesn't exclude anybody, because anybody with any ability can play on that playground. And what inclusion does is it brings not only just my son and Landon and anybody with challenges into that space, but it brings the common community in there, right? So that we can all work together in an inclusive environment, enjoy it together. Keep your eye on the ball when you swing that bat. I think one of the most important things about sports is the socialization. And getting Landon involved with the sports, it was going to have a place where he can, number one, make friends, play with his friends, work in a team, and of course have fun, because baseball's fun. There it is! My son and many of the kids that play on the Miracle Field, they're more like people than they are different. Their differences are just a small portion of who they are. If you look at somebody with any kind of challenge or what they call disability, you're going to find that they're more like you than they're not.
I like hit the ball. Coach Ron is amazing. Thank you for the build of Miracle Field.
We tend to have people here that want to help. They want to reach into their pockets. They have good hearts. They know what it takes to get things done and help the community, whether it's volunteering, whether it's financial, but Rochester's a place that has that component. And I have to thank everybody out there, because really, if we didn't have that sense of support in the community, we probably couldn't have got this project done. If you want to see an amazing space and you want to enjoy an inclusive environment for the whole community, come see the Miracle Field. You'll be impressed. You're going to love it. You're going to want to get involved.
Looks like there's one big crayon. You want more?
I have this.
Here you go.
We're
a little unique. You don't, I guess, find too many families that have 21 kids.
You want me to draw the house? You can color it in.
We have 3 children from our first marriages, and then we have adopted 14 kids and have an additional 4 biological children. So 7 biological children total and 14 adopted kids. We have 2 children with Down syndrome. We have children with cerebral palsy. We have children with rare genetic disorders that, you know, most of the people that we encounter have never heard of. We have lost a child. Each of the children have really added to our lives in just a million wonderful ways.
You guys want a ham, mustard?
We had a lot of learning to do, and one of the things we did was to reach out to community organizations to see what supports were available, and it was a whole new realm of doctors for us. It was a whole new realm of early intervention support. Rochester really is a very unique area of the country that we have kind of this magical trifecta of community, educational, and medical supports that just many areas of the country don't have. One of the ways in which we reached out connected us with Challenger Baseball. And that was the first time that we were really able to participate as a family and be exactly who we were. Yeah. They love baseball, and we're a huge baseball house. We make up a whole team. It's super fun. Miracle Field really brings families from all over the area together. It was a really, really warm feeling to know that everybody that's surrounding you understands the challenges that you're going through. And even though they may not be going through the same challenges, there's still a compassion, there's still an underlying understanding that is really difficult for people to feel that are otherwise not in the trenches. It's kind of hard to explain, but you know, they always say it takes a village, and I think when you have children with disabilities, it takes a little more of a village than it does on an average day. You really need to surround yourself by people who understand the things that you're facing. You know, I think a family with a child with special needs often feels as if nobody understands them. They don't belong anywhere. They don't fit in. You know, they're kind of the square peg in the round hole. You know, inclusion is such a big concept right now that a lot of schools and communities and areas and families are trying to incorporate. But Miracle Field does it very naturally. It needs to grow because it's a beautiful part of this community. So I hope that people donate to Miracle Field. It really has improved the lives of our family. It's given us a way for all of our children to do something together, but also feel part of a bigger story. And that's not very common. There's no greater blessing to me. I think when we started this, we thought, we'll help out a baby, having absolutely no idea of the blessings that would be given back to us. We feel like we're the luckiest parents on the earth. I hope that sharing our story encourages others. You know, whether it be to be involved in community resources or to be an advocate or to adopt or to just have a little bit more confidence parenting their own child with special needs. I hope that our story continues to inspire people.
I love you.
I love you more. I love it more.
These were just some of the stories of a few of Challenger Miracle Field's champions and their families and how much this place means to them. We'd like to thank our volunteers and sponsors who help here at Challenger Miracle Field and have helped make this evening possible. And thanks to you at home for opening your hearts and tuning in. This program would not have been possible without the support of our community of sponsors. We hope you've enjoyed hearing from all of these inspiring families this evening and learning more about Challenger Miracle Field. Stop by and see it for yourself. And thank you for joining us for the Challenger Miracle Field's Celebration of Heroes.
Ready for some cornhole championship.
It's my turn.
Mom, look at Wyatt.
Wait, what's that?
What is it?
What? I take a brush at a time. I dip in color I want. We can just keep it blue. And I just take it and I just color the whole paper. Color the whole thing.
Yeah, why do you like Miracle Field?
Player.
You like to be a player on a team?
See?
Yeah. What about Mr. Ron?
Throwing water balloons.
What else does he do to you?
Chase you.
He chases you, doesn't he, and squirts you?
Yeah.
Yeah, naughty Mr. Ron. Do we love him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you're getting.